Mama said there would be days like this when Dave and Rob start to show. There is bound to be some good times had by those who remember what Mama said. Mama said is the name of the game, and what Mama says is what Mama gets from the SFP studios. Mama is right and always right. We hold our flags high as we march to the tune of her music, because Mama said is the name of the game. On Monday nights, sure we know what to do and what to say, because we love our mamas, and that's the fact, Jack. Mama said is the name of the game, and what Mama says is what Mama gets from the SFP studios. Mama is right and always right. We hold our flags high as we march to the tune of her music, because Mama said is the name of the game. Mama said is the name of the game, and what Mama says is what Mama gets from the SFP studios. Mama is right and always right. We hold our flags high as we march to the tune of her music, because Mama said is the name of the game.
Well, hello, everybody. What in the world is going on?
Hey, everybody.
I don't know. You're
How is everybody tonight?
kicking stuff every which way.
I'm
Trying
fabulous.
to.
You can't blame Elizabeth on that. She's got two hands on the wheel, or she did. She's 10 and 2.
Well,
I
probably me. Well, I guarantee you right now, it's me.
I usually
Stuff
always
is
do.
going everywhere.
Well, we hope everybody had a happy
better.
Monday. And we are honored tonight to have our
Yes.
guest, Ms. Rita Williams Castillo, from right here, as they would say on Andy Griffin's show,
Rita.
from right here in my area. Are you Chickamauga or
No, I'm Lafayette.
Lafayette? Oh, I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
Can we call it Lafayette?
You
No.
can call it whatever
No.
you want to, Rob.
No, Rob, it's not Lafayette. It's Lafayette. We're in Georgia.
Well, I
it's
don't have no
Lafayette.
Lafayette in Louisiana. It's Lafayette. It's not.
Yeah,
No,
we
we
ain't
got
in
some Cajuns up there in
Louisiana.
Lafayette.
You expect us to talk like somebody from Louisiana? Come on, man. Come on.
Oh, well, we know Bijou now.
Well,
Then
you better watch yourself tonight. I mean, this show is Mama Said, and we got two of them.
I know.
It's equaled out,
Oh, my
which
goodness.
means that we're behind. If it's equal, all things being equal, we're behind. Now we
I
like
got
to
you.
talk about
I got
Mama
you. I'm
Said
with
is
you.
one of our oldest shows, and we suffered along for months without a mama. Robert tried to fill in as mama, and it bombed out. So we were desperate
Yeah.
for. We were putting out open audition calls across the world. We had somebody I thought from Australia was going to take us up. We thought that'd be cool. Didn't happen. Miss Elizabeth came along and rescued us from ourselves, which is not easy to do. So it just everything clicks now. Usually. So we like to talk about, we're the Southern Fried Podcast. We like to talk about all things Southern, family, mama, church, whatever. And so this is a perfect show to come around, talk about those things. And Miss Rita was suggested to me by Miss Cindy, who is a frequent listener, watcher. And she stayed after me for a couple of weeks. And I said, well, I just need the info. It's really easy. Like, just text me. It'll be great. So we thank you for being here, Miss Rita.
Well, I appreciate y'all having me on. It's an honor to be on your show tonight.
Well, we're glad to have you, and I hope your family is able to watch in, or after this is over, you can send it out to them. Just so you know, we go out live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Rumble, Twitch, Kick, and I'm probably forgetting something. X. Oh, by the way, good news today, just this afternoon, we went over the 14,000 follower mark on X just this afternoon. And on TikTok, we hit 10K. So
Wow.
Those are nice numbers. Our followers continue to grow, and we appreciate that. So over 61,000 followers, counting everything that we have going on. So thank you to everybody that watches, supports, subscribes, shares the show. That's how we grow. We grow very, word of mouth. We go out, we talk to other creators, we talk to citizens all over the world, and it grows our show, and we appreciate it. So tell us about Miss Rita.
I'm
The clickbait? Oh, I'm the
clickbait. I'm the clickbait on the show. I'm helping grow the show as well because look at this.
But before we get into this, go ahead and show your little video that I sent you, the clickbait in Panama City. Show that video.
Oh,
did you like
I
that,
can do
Miss
it.
Elizabeth?
I'll do it. I gotta. Hang on, man. I gotta swap out this video. You go
I
ahead.
saw this video and I said, "My God, that's
and
Robert."
I will get the video ready.
I looked at that. I said, "My
No
God,
fear
I thought
here.
Robert was going to Panama City next week, but he must have showed up early, and here he is, telling the world how patriotic he is." And I said, "God, I got to send." I sent it to the ladies first. I wanted them to see that.
Which was very nice of him. No fear here. I'm very proud of my performance.
It was a unique performance.
Are you ready?
We're ready. God help us.
I keep this in mind. He sent this out to the ladies before he ever sent it to me. Whoever was filming this, my hat's off to them. I didn't know there was anybody around. It was a very peaceful day. Got enjoying the rain, playing my favorite song with an electric guitar in the rain. Swim trunks for Charlotte Mason. The hat, and fireworks in the background were big rocks. The puppy dog was donated courtesy of Medical Alliance here in Castillo. Hello, Miss Peter.
It's the same body style. It looks just like him. The only thing that gave it away that it wasn't Rob is he has hair.
Yeah.
You can see it under the cowboy hat. There was hair.
That was a bandana, sir. That was my bandana under the cowboy hat.
Okay.
I wanted to put a little black screen there over his booty.
I told him that
I
was
thought
his
you
beach
said I had
clothes.
a nice. I thought you said that was one of my best qualities, but it was a good thing I kept a hat on to cover it up.
I never said that.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
All right. Sorry, Miss Rita.
Oh, you're fine. I enjoyed listening to y'all.
Tell us about Miss.
You jumped in on me.
Oh, there's dog tag out on the trail. Yeah, see, dog tag. This is an idea for you out there in the middle of the wood when you do that naked day. You could have took along a guitar and a small amp, and you could have done that same thing. No chaps. You didn't have any chaps on.
Naked day.
Yeah, naked day. Or better yet, Rob could show up and y'all could naked day together out there on the Appalachian Trail.
Dude, you go too far. No,
He
don't
said
you
yes,
sir that. Don't you yes sir that. That ain't gonna work. Going too far, guys. Y'all going too far.
Y'all could take turns filming each other.
Oh gosh.
I mean, as you're walking down the trail, you got to have some. I mean, unless you're gonna, you don't want to tie the camera up,
No, sir. I put my foot down. We're not doing naked walking day on the Appalachian Trail together, sir. I'm putting the ixnay on the trail leg. It's not happening.
Y'all could
The
be.
only way I'm going to get to it is if I get a T-shirt out of it that says I'm with Bigfoot and the arrow pointing at you. Because you're a lot bigger than I, you're a lot taller than I am, more muscular and stuff,
Oh God.
Miss Rita, dog tag is hiking through the Appalachian
tonight.
Trail. He's nearing the end of the journey. He started in Georgia, and he is within striking distance of finishing the trail.
Oh, that's awesome.
You better
apparently,
dog
tag is his trail name.
Quit looking.
And he's raising awareness.
That video off and quit looking at me.
He's raising awareness for veteran and first responder suicides. And,
that's awesome.
He's got a lot of stories. He's been keeping us updated along the trail. This shirt behind me, Jesus was a through hiker, came from him, and I appreciate that. But he's lost about 50, 60 pounds, I think, doing that journey. And he lost a part of his body, had to have emergency surgery. But anyway, God bless Dog Tag and his journey up the Appalachian Trail. And the reason we were saying that, apparently they have a day or a moment, but it happens on a day where you're supposed to naked hike for at least a few steps. There's probably some that naked hike all day. He decided to do, I don't know how far he went, a few feet, and naked hiked, although you just saw it from the waist up. Thank goodness. And so we were saying Rob could naked hike with him next year. That Robert could drive up on naked day and naked hike the AT. You go
Robert,
into
you better watch them chiggers if you go up and do it.
I know, right? Them redbugs get you.
I know it.
I grew up down here in Deep South. I know about that black redbugs. Oh.
June 20th is Hot Naked Day.
Rob, you better find an Avon representative and get some skin so soft.
My skin's already soft. My skin's already soft. It's silky smooth. It's silky smooth. It's perfect, just like it is. Sorry, Miss Rita, I'm cutting my ad here for the OnlyFans. I'm working on doing OnlyFans page just to feed in my soft, smooth, silky skin.
Smooth as a baby's bottom.
Listen.
That's right.
Listen. That skin so soft helps keep the chiggers and everything else off.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to be scratching in places you didn't know you had.
Amen.
Let me promise you right now, I never do that.
I bet
I know
you
where all my places are. You know, but I try to be polite. And this happens to everybody. You know, you go someplace fancy to eat, someplace very nice, and you get that particular itch right on your buttock.
He's talking about the
And you
Waffle
want
House.
to scratch because it's there and it won't stop. So you sit in your chair and you kind of push up your, like you're trying to get your chair situated just right, and then you can settle back down in your chair. How many times have y'all done that? Let's all speak honestly.
I don't recall ever doing that at Waffle House.
Me either.
Let me tell you something. You do something like that at Waffle House, somebody's giving you their number. I'm telling you. Somebody, they're writing their number down and listening to you.
They'll be tossing him some dollars.
I know.
That's right. Hey, it's more advertising for the OnlyFans. You know,
Right.
I'm working on it.
Oh my gosh.
Dog said he did it in the church.
Don't say that he did it in a church.
So when I look out, people
pews.
they're not getting just antsy to get out of church. They're actually itching. So
Yes, they're itching. Yeah, I mean it works on the back too. You know, you can.
You know what? I think that's what we need to start. Is a fundraiser for Skin So Soft for everybody that hikes the Appalachian Trail. Get them some small little bottles of Skin So Soft.
that'd be nice. We could put the Southern
Our
Fried
logo.
on it. Yeah, put the logo on it and pass them out. We can do that. Absolutely.
Ooh, I'll check. I'll check on that. That's what I'll start doing.
There you go. I like it.
Miss
I like it.
Miss Elizabeth put some there in there. There'd be some Skin So Gone.
We wouldn't do that.
Rob.
Dude, most of these people that are hiking the trail are older. They probably already lost all their hair.
If you haven't started losing your hair down there, buddy, you will soon.
Well, Miss Rita, tell us about Miss Rita.
I love Dave. Change the subject.
Well, you know, I gotta watch Rob. I gotta keep him on a short leash. So tell us about Miss Rita. So you're from Lafayette.
Yes.
You are a mother. You're your grandmother?
I am a grandmother. I have 4 children and 3 grandchildren, and my 2 grandsons just graduated high school a few weeks back. And my granddaughter's 15, so all my grandkids are grown just about. And I thought when I had 4 kids that I would have a whole bunch of grandkids and have a big family. That didn't work in my favor. My boys are not married. They have no desire to be married because they're like, the economy nowadays, you can't afford a wife and kids. So they just work and have roommate. They have, my son-in-law's their roommate, and they all just share the bills and live life, you know. But what I do professionally, I work on the mobile crisis team out in Chattanooga. And so when y'all was talking about suicide prevention and him raising money and stuff, I am really aware of that because, you know, this is Suicide Prevention Month this month. And I never realized till I went to work there how much there's so many people that is suffering in this world. You know, it made me look at the world in a whole different aspect. But then I do Mama Talk. I do like a skit on the different platforms, and I started to come dressed as Mama. But then I was like, maybe not. Not tonight. I will maybe next time if I come.
Oh, we'd love to have you back. We'd love to have that. So
Have Mama, because you got Elizabeth's Mama, and I'm Mama.
I like it.
Hey, look, I feel some Mama's. I feel some Mama's family stuff coming on here.
Well, last night I was in full costume. And some of my friends, they was like, "You look like Mimi on the Drew Carey show." Yeah, but
That's
I'm
okay, because
also.
Dave looks like Drew Carey.
Oh
Dang
yeah,
right.
there you go. We could have just been a tag teaming y'all. But but I also am a writer. I write on the side. I wrote a few novels and I wrote some books. I wrote one book on autism, being diagnosed with autism at 55 years old, and how older people deals with autism and stuff. And I've also wrote 20 children's novels, 21 actually, and I've not had any of them published yet except one, and they're called the Josie the Giraffe series. And they were wrote because I work in social work, and prior to going to work up at the Mobile Crisis, I was the assistant director at a group home for foster teens, the Cottage. You may know where it is. I was the assistant director out there, and I was out there for off and on for about 4 years. And I saw a lot in these kids, and I started realizing that younger kids don't know how there's stuff that you can't explain to younger kids. So I wrote all these books that deals with social issues that can help kids understand on their level what's really happening. And that's a project I need to finish up because I think it would be beneficial to a lot of people, you know.
Amen.
Yeah.
Wow. That is a mouthful. That's a lot going on right there. Amazing. So many questions. But going back to the mobile crisis unit, what is the? I guess because there's going to be a lot of questions here. What is the prevailing? What stands out to you as someone who does that firsthand? Of what are maybe the top three issues that you're seeing, whatever they are, from the suicide aspect? What do you think's driving that, or just from your view? Not to be an expert view, but just from your view.
From my view, it would be the drug epidemic, the drinking, and people with just general mental health issues. You know, for the last 10 years, I had lived with somebody, my oldest son. He was an alcoholic, and he would go into psychosis. So I would know how to pretty much deal with it. Finally, I got to the point where I couldn't. I was praying. I was like, God, we got to do something. You know, you said you'd never put on me no more than I could handle. I can't take no more. I'm about to have a nervous breakdown, you know.
Yeah.
So, to make a long story short, he ended up, something happened one night, and he ended up, he quit drinking. He's been quit. February will be 2 years, and I'm very proud of him. But it was horrible. It was like, I was like, everything I've ever went through, I understand that God puts you in these situations, or allows you to be in these situations, to make you who you are, to shape you into the person that He wants you to be. You know, I even wrote a book. He laid on my heart in 2017 to write a book, and I wrote a book about. I was in a deep dark depression when I wrote this book. It's not edited, and my ADD's all the way through it. It's just like people are just like, well, you spelled this wrong. I don't care. That don't take away from the story. You know,
right.
I was depressed when I wrote it, and that's real talk. And made a lot of people in my family mad, but it's still on my website for sale. But it's there was a sexual assault group in Chattanooga that ended up using it as their study book for their class. And so I would just donate these books to them and give them to them for free, because I told God when He laid it on my heart to write this book, if I can help one person, just one, it was worth it. It's worth everything, you know. And so when I got the book done, and my family, they was just like, you know, they was all having fits because it was just not a pretty thing. But, you know, like I told them, I said, first off, God would never have told me to write this book if He didn't have intentions for using it. I didn't write it for me. I didn't write it to make money. I wrote it because God told me to write it. He laid on my heart to write it, and I did. Because I've been through a lot of trauma in my life, you know. And it started when I was 4 years old, and I seen a little boy that was 4 years old that lived across the street from me get killed in the road. And it just went downhill from there. And none of it was like really anything. It just happened to be that I happened to be there during this trauma. It was like, you know, it was just supposed to have happened to turn me into who I am. I think that all the childhood trauma had a lot to do with me going into social work. And when I went into social work, I wasn't going to go into social work. I was going to be an engineer, a mechanical engineer. And I was a phlebotomist during that time, and I had hurt my shoulder and had to have 3 shoulder surgeries and couldn't work on the computer with the mouse all day. So I had to change careers. I said, you know, it's so funny. God, He has a way of putting you where He wants you, not where you want to be. But, you know, social workers don't make much money, but I would not trade my career for nothing in the world.
Amen.
It's been a very, very big blessing.
Why was your family upset? Just because you were talking about it? They felt they didn't like the story, just embarrassed, or felt like it was a shame on the family? Or I'm just curious of why they would be mad.
It was a whole lot. You know, I talked about how my mom, when she was growing up, and they treated her so bad, you know, and my mom, they treated her like she was less than. And I'll answer that in a second, Barry. But she wasn't. I mean, she turned out she's probably the best person in the whole family, you know. But because she wasn't like the other family members, and she did have a reading problem, and she did have a learning disability. But when we started to school, she learned as we learned, you know, and she was very much able to live by herself and to balance her checkbooks and do everything like that. But I talked about how she was mistreated growing up, and I talked about some of the issues that I dealt with growing up. And then, you know, I never understood why sometimes she was so mean, but then when I watched The Shack, it made me realize, you know, when the scene where the Holy Spirit took Mackenzie to see his dad being beat when he was a little boy, and he said, "Would you blame him?" And Mackenzie said, "No, he's little." And it hit me like a ton of rocks. I said, that's the very reason my mom was mean sometimes, was because they was mean to her, you know. But the ultimate goal before she died was to have her learn to love. And my sister, she let her live with her the last 4 years, and she did. She was like a totally different person. She really did fall in love with God before she died. And it was just amazing. I don't know, with you living in Chickamauga, if you know who Randall Abbott is or not. Do you know him?
That name sounds very familiar.
He lives in Arkansas, and he's a preacher, and he comes out here all the time, runs revivals. Well, he was really good friends with my dad. And Randall and Jenny had come in. They had got in that night at 11 o'clock. And my sister calls her and says, "Jenny, can y'all come over? Mama is dying." And she said, "We just walked in where they stay at their aunt's." When they come in, she was like, "We'll come over in the morning." And Rachel said, "No, I need you to come tonight." And they was there. I mean, like immediately. And, you know, Randall was the very last person my mom spoke to. She knew. She was just murmuring to him. She knew that he was there, you know. but it was just because she loved him so much, and she like my dad, that was just like his buddy. And there was a big age difference in my parents, but they were together for 53 years when they died. My
Wow.
dad was 42 when I was born, and he died at 94.
Wow.
So I had him for a long time, and he was so amazing. And he was a Pentecostal preacher, so you know how preachers' kids gets bad raps.
I know.
But it's all good.
Deservedly so in a lot of cases. Not all cases, because I don't want to be a profiling, but in a lot
It
of cases,
definitely is
it's
so in
well
a lot of
deserved.
cases. But sometimes when we told the truth, he still didn't believe us. Yeah.
We
I
have
really wasn't doing
another
nothing. Yeah, right.
we have another creator in the chat, Jake, and said he was diagnosed with autism at age 3, so he's dealt with the ADHD and all that. So it's hard. It's hard. And Dog Tag, I believe one of his children, right, the youngest, is. Am I right?
Yes.
And Dog Tag, you can correct me. It's the youngest son is autistic, right? If I remember right.
I believe so.
I think so. And he just has a great love for kids, many of them adopted. But that's amazing. I'm glad she found that peace, you know, and to love others. You know, I think as we get older, me and my dad had at times had problems, the divorce, and there was just some things that happen. Every family has some things, or most of them do. But as I got older, there were things he did. I would never say it was right. But can I say it like this? I understood him.
Right.
I felt like I was looking through his eyes when I hit my 50s. I looked through my dad's eyes more, and it helped me to understand him more. Kind of like what you're saying. You kind of saw it in a different way. He's 8 years old. Anakin. I thought so. I thought I remembered that. Yeah. So, you know, those are tough things, you know, and I'm glad she found that peace and the love and joy for God as before she departed this life. How did you get into the? And I've got so many questions. I'm sure everybody does, but if we could just go, how did you get into the Mall? How did that come about? I'm curious, and we got to see a video. And Jake asked, "Do you put these out on you have your own channel on YouTube or something, or?"
I do, but I've not put it on YouTube. I've not uploaded them, but you can go on my TikTok profile, and there's some on there. Okay. And you can look.
I followed you on YouTube.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I've not uploaded much lately because I did Mama's Frugal Adventures where I showcase small towns, you know. I'm gonna start doing that again soon too. But the way Mama come about was because I have my granddaughter, she's 15, and her whole life she's always been like, Mama, always, even now. And her name's Kylie, but in my skit, I call my granddaughter Doreen because it's more country. And so I started, because I'm like, Doreen, what are you doing? You know, but anyways, I went through a really bad stage of depression, and I lost my job in April, and that was just a shock to me. And during that time, I just was like, I didn't want to die. I wasn't suicidal, but if I laid down and died, it would have been okay, if that makes any sense, you know. Yeah. And so one day I was like, I need to get out of this depression. And I had been talking to my cousin about doing TikTok content creating. So I finally, one night I was bored, and I'm single, so I live by myself just with my dog. So I thought, well, I'm going to do this. I got this crown because I won the 2021 Queen Honeybee in Lafayette contest. I was the queen in Lafayette for a year. And during the Honeybee Festival. So I just put like my hair up and put my little crown on and put on this craziness makeup. And I started talking southern and crazy and silly, and it's been a lot of fun. I've even had people be like, can I request for you to tell my sister happy birthday? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Let's do this. But since I just started, I have close to 6,000 followers on TikTok. And I think I have eight on Facebook, maybe, because I have a lot of followers, and then I have like 4,000 friends too. So now it's like 10,000 people. So, yeah.
This is amazing. We had we've had 2 crown winners. We had in Miss Ag 2 weeks ago, or whatever it was, Miss Agriculture.
Whoa, Miss Rita, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
The last time we had a queen winner on here, she broke the glass tabletop, had to get 3 stitches, and had a mild concussion. You be careful.
No.
We don't want to take out 2 queens on this show.
Okay, we're not doing that. Not taking out no queens at all.
It happened live on camera.
No. Did she fall?
No, her table.
She went to push herself up, I think, on the table. And
no.
1/3 of it broke.
Yeah.
And it went down and came up and hit her in the head and got her hands.
Oh, wow.
So definitely got our attention when you said that. The honeybee's a cool festival. So what did your granddaughter think about this act that you were doing? What did she think about it?
Do y'all really want to know what she did? The first one, this is so hilarious. The very first one I did, she was at school and watched it, and she came home and she tells my daughter, she's like, Mama's had a total nervous breakdown. She says, she cried for like 2 hours thinking I lost my mind.
Oh, how funny.
So,
please tell me the next time you saw her, you were calling her Doreen.
No, when I added Doreen on Friday. When I added Doreen to the skit, I text her while she's at school, and I'm like, Michaela, if you see me talking about Doreen, don't think I'm crazy and I've lost my mind and I'm calling her my granddaughter. It's just a part of this skit, okay? And she's like, oh, Mama, that's so cool. I'm like, I just didn't want you to have a nervous breakdown on me. But
like, Mama, she's like, Mama, that's so cool. You're not crazy.
Yeah. You're crazy. I just don't know. I'm not going to claim you, Mama, not unless you're going to give me money or something. I'm going to have her on my show.
Our job as grandparents are to torture our grandchildren. And the only thing I could think of would top that is if you worked it out with the principal of the school that you could come into that school and go to her classroom and talk like Mama in her. Oh, she'd crawl under the desk.
She would. I'll show y'all my my cartoon I have that I'm gonna put on me a Mama shirt. Can you? Oh, you can't hardly see it. Ooh,
you turn it just a little bit there.
There you go.
Yep.
There we go. Now we got it.
Fantastic.
That is how Mama actually looks.
I love it.
Yeah, she's a handful, that's for sure. Let's see if I got one of her where I got the.
I'm pretty sure if we could get you to come on, Mama said about once a week between you and Miss Elizabeth, y'all might get Dave straightened out. But I've seen
you think?
Carol Burnett stuff going on. You know, you have Mama.
That's why they said Drew Carey on the show.
Look, I think we could just all feed off of each other. I think it'd be
right.
I think you come up any Monday you want, Miss Rita. I think this is a hoot. I think this is great.
There it is.
I love it.
I love
it. Yes.
So
you went into the school like that and said, y'all, this is my granddaughter, Doreen. Go right straight to her class. They go back and just give a great old big hug and go. And I love her so much. She's just there you go. Yes. She's just the apple of my eye. She's just my sweet pea. It just, oh, yeah. She called
So
Hey, I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead.
I'm famous in a small town. That's how come I ended up in the honeybee pageant, because all Makala's friends, she was in it in 2019, and all her friends was like, Miss Rita, if you would have entered it, you would have won the queen. And I'm like, what? So 2020, they didn't have it because of COVID. So in 2021, Makala had said, Mama, if you sign up for the honeybee pageant, then I'll be in it with you. So I pay my little fee and I call her and I'm like, hey, I signed up for this pageant. You said you'd be in it with me. She's like, Mama, what you talking about? I'm going to play football. And I'm like, you're going to do what? You are crazy, Kylie. No, I'm serious. So she did. She ended up trying out and made the football team over at Lafayette Middle School. And she was the first running back girl they ever had. Or
I remember that story.
She was the running back. Yeah. And, but she was there to support me that night that I won Miss Queen Honeybee. So she came to my pageant. Yeah.
So what is the skit that you came up with that you went like, this is the best one? Like that's the one you knew was it early on in it? Did your first one, second one, like the one that you went, that's got, it's perfect. It's just great.
Well, I did, the first one I did was about Daddy dropping at me when I went to the Seventh-day Adventist church saying that it was wrong to worship on Saturday. And I said, well, that's part of the 10 Commandments, And he said he didn't care, that it was just wrong, So then I came up, like, I did one the other day where Doreen, she hollers, Mama! And I came into the living room with my broom and I'm like, what do you need, Doreen? And she gets to talking about milk. And I'm like, well, Doreen, we need to go out to the farm so you can learn how to milk cows and learn where milk really comes from. And she said, no, Mama, you just don't understand. The milk I use comes from the grocery store.
Yeah.
So does your real granddaughter do the voice of Doreen?
No, not yet. I'm gonna talk her into it one day.
Okay.
Oh, if you could get her to go on there with you with Doreen. Oh yeah.
I think I want to get her a wig that's like rainbow colored. Cause one of them I did, I was like, these kids this day and time, they just don't understand nothing. And she looks like a unicorn done threw up Skittles on her head. Then I get to talking about how they're going to be stranded for not knowing how to drive a straight shift, and how back in the days I drove a 3-speed on the column.
Yes.
Didn't even know how to drive the truck when I bought it. Did not.
I'm so old. Whenever you say that, when you say that in that voice and you're hollering Doreen, I can't help but go to Ethel and the whole street song back in the 70s. That's what it reminds me of. Ethel!
Don't look, Ethel! But it was
Don't look, Ethel!
He blamed her.
It's too late. I used to love Ray Stevens back in the day.
Oh, I love Ray Stevens. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I know too many of his songs.
When the squirrel went to church.
Yeah. Oh, I love that song.
Yeah, I do too.
If you've ever heard Eric the Awful, or my personal favorite, Ned Nostril and the South Seas Paradise Butcher Blues on Ice, cheap at twice the price band. Those are my two favorite ones.
I've never heard it.
If you've never,
That sounds like a
oh,
mouthful.
you need to listen to that one. Oh yeah, he had a big nose, that nostril.
There was one of them. There was one skit I did, and I was like, Doreen, turn that music down. And she's like, Mama, that's Ordinary by Alex Warren. And here I am arguing with her about, let me tell you, there's nothing ordinary about this song.
Amen, sister.
Oh, she hollered back, look, Mama, if it's too loud, you're too old. And you could have hollered something back and responded to that and had a ball with it.
Right, that's true. Like at work, when I don't have anything to do, when I have downtime, that's what I do, is sit there and think about things I can talk about on Doreen and Mama.
I love it. Yeah, when you start creating like that, I mean, it just you can't shut it off sometimes. You just constant thinking on ideas for things that you're going to do, skits that we do. Yeah, Jake, I was going to tell you, send that to me and I'll make sure she gets that, brother. Just send it to me in my email, and I will send that on. Jake has made you a song. And,
awesome.
We'll get that pulled up too and listen to it if we can. But I'm gonna have him send it to me, and I'll email it to you. I'll forward it on to you. Thank you, Jake. He's already sent it to you. He's already sent it to you.
Oh, awesome. And Barry asked, how did I write my books in the format? On KPD, there is templates, Kindle Direct Publishing that Amazon owns, and you can download the templates and write there's no way I could not write my book in the template, because it's like some of my books are 300 something pages long, so that's quite a bit. And when you write, you have to write your book, like, say if it's a 6x9, you have to set it up to where you're actually writing in a 6x9. So yeah, but it's real simple to do once you get in KPD and download that. But the last few books, I've got one of them's called Granny's Secret Recipes, and it's one that you fill out like a heirloom to pass down through the generations, and it will be in stores before Christmas. I put it on Ingram Sparks, and they distribute to everybody. I used to use Amazon all the time until I found out that, Ingram Sparks, they're a little bit more stricter. You don't make as much money, but even if you make $1 a book and it goes all over the world, you could still have potential to make a lot of money. So, I'd rather have it worldwide than to have it just in the Amazon marketplace and not make as much money.
Yeah, they definitely don't. The algorithms are not the best sometimes through those things for your work. Right. If you will send us info on what you've got and what's coming up, we'd be glad to promote it for you and help put that up. We're always putting things up. We work with Three Ravens Publishing. That's right here in Chickamauga, and they're going to do a book release party with us on Halloween night. So we love to do stuff like that. We'd be glad to help you. I think that's great. I'm going to eventually write a book or write a story anyway. And I love this idea of getting your, creativity out of sharing that with the world. I just think those are great things to be able to do. And, everybody's got something to say.
Miss Rita, you might be a tremendous blessing to some of those guys at Three Ravens Publishing, because they have an anthology series. It's a horror comedy anthology series called It Came from the Trailer Park.
Oh, that's great.
If you could do the mall take on this, you could probably answer and help a lot of writers.
Probably could.
Y'all might can hook us up. That would be amazing.
Go to their website, Three Ravens Publishing. I think it's .com, isn't it, Dave?
Yes.
It's called Three Ratings.
Ravens, like a raven.
Oh, Three Ravens. Yeah.
Don't put the in front of it. It's threeravenspublishing.com.
Okay.
Go to their website, sign up for their newsletter.
Okay.
But also on their website is where they do their open call for anybody to write for them. And they're going to have one, I think, early next year, right, Dave? Isn't that what they said?
I believe so.
Yes.
They also meet at Caffeine Addicts in Ringgold Tuesdays, I think that was. Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Third Tuesday of every month.
Yeah.
For anybody that wants to come.
Talk writing.
Now, I'm going to tell you, my Cranmore Cove series book, the trilogy that I'm writing, I'm about to start the third one. That is like a hot, steamy, like real steamy romance. But it is good, though, because it's about the post-Civil War. On my TikTok page, there's down at the bottom, I write under the pen name of Anna Arbisu because I didn't want my social work career connected to the title of the book and stuff, and which the company I work for now knows. But when I worked up there at the group home, there's no way I could have done that. But
now, wait a minute. You said post-Civil War. I didn't think that back then they was even allowed to have sex, were they?
I don't know, but in my book, they were.
According to my mom, the first time sex ever happened was when I came about.
Oh, wow. Imagine that.
According to my mom. Yeah.
But there is commercials there is commercials on my TikTok page about it that tells about the book and stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and the first book's called Cranmore Cove, A Whole New World, because they're traveling down here from Fairfax County, Virginia, and they're setting up like a homestead, and I named it it's actually where the book takes place is in Center Post, in the heart of Center Post. If you know where Center Post is, Rob, the U Elizabeth. No,
I know.
Alabama.
No, it's Georgia. It's right down here, 337 below Roper. Keep going. Well, that's where I grew up at. Was it?
Well, that's close to Alabama.
Yeah, it is real close to Alabama. But
Alabama?
No, it's Georgia.
Oh,
but that.
Because I have people that live in Lafayette, and I have family that live in Lafayette and in Somerville.
Right. Yeah, Pigeon Mountain is over in Center Post. That's where Cindy and I both grew up out there. But I didn't want to call the book Center Post Cove, and so I used to drive through Cranmore Cove all the time when in Ray County when I worked out partnership. And I used to think this would make a good name for a book, so I ended up making a trilogy out of it. So I named it Cranmore Cove and changed, like, if I'm talking about Menlo in it, I changed the name to another town, and then I changed Lafayette to McNabb, Georgia. And so I changed all the names in the area.
This is great. I've got to read this book. We've got Ray County with Menlo, with Center Post, and Lafayette all in. My God, this has got to be a great book. There's some stories in there.
You throw Shinbone, Alabama in there, and it's automatically a hit.
Shinbone Ridge.
Yes.
Shinbone Ridge goes for a long ways. I almost bought me a little house the other day down there.
I've known about Shinbone, Alabama for most of my adult life. And you're the first person to actually put the two together. I said Shinbone, Alabama. You knew exactly where I was talking about.
Well, there was a place in Alabama, too, called New Moon that's no longer there, too. And my grandma, that's where she was raised at. And she used to tell us stories about growing up because her grandpa was the first person that brought the telephone company to DeKalb County, Alabama, and he was the justice of the peace. And she used to talk about the bar, the saloon in Menlo, and Menlo used to be a tourist town. I did not know that until not too long ago. Yes, there was a resort down there, and it was when you get to Menlo and you hang a right like you're going up Cowden, right before you get to Shinbone Ridge out there, right there on the right, that driveway, it goes up on top of the hill. There used to be a resort out there. And then, yeah, it did. And there used to be that up at Cloudland.
I think they called that the House of Ill Repute.
I don't know what they called it. But when I had found out it was a resort town, I was like, no way. That is so silly. To look at it now.
We do a show every Thursday night called Cornbread Nation. It's just a little variety show. And we do a redneck destination of the week. I think you just hit on this week's redneck destination.
Y'all gonna go to Menlo?
No, it's gonna be on Shipbone Ridge. We're on Shipbone, Alabama.
You know what?
We're gonna talk about some ridge runners.
Yeah, that's right.
Like
you'll never guess.
House last week. She went down to the Waffle House last week. She'd been up on the ridge up there for so long. 3 people thought she was handicapped because she couldn't walk straight without limping.
Well, Menlo don't have no Waffle House out there. So if you're going looking for some, you just struggling. But the restaurant down there has some amazing food. And about 6 months ago, guess who popped in down there? Evander Holyfield.
No.
Really?
Yes. They got pictures of him down there. I saw it on the news when he was in town. So,
did he get lost?
No, and he actually came to the Corvette Museum in Somerville. He was touring Somerville and Menlo. I'm like, dang.
Times have gotten tough. The price of inflation.
They what, Elizabeth?
I was wondering if he's crazy, but you know what? He's probably looking for property.
No, I'm going to tell you what he was doing. He was over there talking to the mayor in Fort Payne about some kind of something they had going on over there. So he thought he'd go sightseeing in the little communities.
Wow.
But they was proud they had a celebrity walk up in there.
What's the name of the restaurant?
Honey, I guess they was.
Menlo Restaurant. It's probably the first and only time they ever had anybody walk up in there like it.
Probably the last time, too.
Probably the last, I agree.
You better believe they will get pictures.
Hey, we need to run a quick commercial if we can. Miss Rita, are you good to stay with us, or do you need to go? Okay,
I'm good.
A quick commercial.
How did his ear look? Before we go to the commercial, we got to know, did his ear look okay?
I don't know. I didn't see him. I just...
Right.
I just saw the pictures. He looked fine in the pictures.
Yeah, Mike Tyson bit his ear, and I just want to know if it looked okay.
I know that, Rob. But
I just want to know if his ear looked okay.
Rob, don't act like you haven't had your ear bitten before.
It's good to try to bite it now.
Somebody's ear. What are you talking about?
I have, but she was whooping me, and I had to do something to get loose.
We'll be right back. See you in about 3.
Hey, everybody, this is Rob and Dave from the Southern Fried Podcast. You know, we love lots of things here in the South. We love our country. We love our family. We love our God. We love some sweet tea on the front porch on Friday nights. But we're really near and dear and love us some coffee. That being said, tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock on July the 14th, yes, we will have our coffee out there. Yes.
Yeah. Awesome, man. It's been a dream come true. We talked about this before we were ever a podcast, and we love these coffees. There's 40 plus blends. You'll find something that you like. And most people like coffee. If you don't, I can't help you, but most people like coffee, and there's a lot of coffee here. In fact, our morning show, we say get up, pray up, and coffee up, because we start our day with coffee. And now you can get some for you. Hey, we're very patriotic here. Get some for your veteran friends. You know what? Bless them. And the coffee mugs you see are representatives of logos that we've made. We've got more coming. We're going to put those on coffee mugs, and you'll see our SFP brand there, logo on each coffee. And these prices, Rob, we kept them as reasonable as we can. We cut that margin down because we know times are tough, and we want to help people and put coffee in their home and all of our listeners and followers home. And I'm proud of this. So big kickoff, Rob. Excited about
Absolutely. And hey, y'all, there's no shipping cost on this either. You do not have to pay for shipping. It's already, everything's done. You just go with it. So the price you see,
the QR code works. Just scan it, and and also off of our site, our coffee store, 2 or 3 of our social sites are also linked there, and you can find some of our. If you don't know where we're located, you can find us there, and come get some coffee. We got plenty. Hey, Southern Fried fans and your Cornbread Nation. Well, yeah, that's right. We're going to advertise for Mammoth Nation. To all proud Americans, we call attention to these thoughts. Are you tired of woke corporations that don't align with your values? I know we are. Look no further than Mammoth Nation, the ultimate destination for patriots like you and me and Rob and everybody else, including old crazy Uncle Jeb, who believe in putting America first. Here at the Southern Fried Podcast, we're proud to partner with Mammoth Nation because they share our unwavering commitment to faith, family, and yes, freedom. Just like us, Mammoth Nation believes in the power of the American spirit and the importance of preserving our great nation's heritage. When you join Mammoth Nation, you're not just getting access to amazing discounts on products and services. You're becoming a part of a community that stands against the forces trying to tear our country apart. From supporting veterans and first responders to promoting Christian values, Mammoth Nation is the go-to platform for conservatives who want to make their voices heard. So what are you waiting for? Join the Mammoth Nation movement today and start enjoying exclusive deals from businesses that share your America First values. Together, we can make America great again, one purchase at a time. Don't miss out on this opportunity to support a company that truly cares about our nation's future. Sign up for Mammoth Nation now and experience the difference of a community that puts America first. Use that QR code on the screen, folks, and that will take you right to the website where we also will be helped in your support of these values. We are customers of this great American company. Rob is a monthly supporter, and I am a lifetime member of Mammoth Nation. We're so appreciative of companies like this. Please be a supporter, not just for us, but for America. These companies need our support. We're patriots. Stand together with patriots. Take care, and God bless. All right, we're back, or some of us is. We will be all back in a second. Thank you for staying with us through the break, Miss Rita. Appreciate you being here again, and I'm glad we can work it out. And we hope you can come back. We'd love to have you be a part of the craziness here. You fit right in. And we're going to have to meet Mama for sure. There's no doubt.
Definitely. Mama going to have to make her appearance on here.
Yeah. Going back to your work is, in social work, what are you seeing? And I'm assuming that a lot of these folks are they homeless that you're working with, or it could just be anybody?
It can be just anybody.
Yeah. Are you seeing one gender more than another, or is it just across the board, or and what kind of resources, if they're willing to do it, what kind of resources is available for them?
Well, the ones that we see, they are like, if they're drugs, they can go to detox, and we can make referrals if they have don't have insurance. We can make a referral to like Cadis, or we can do a referral if it's mental health to Moccasin Bend, or if they have private insurance, we can make a referral to any facility that they want to go to. And like our agency, we have um, 3 like satellite hubs. Uh, um, we have crisis stabilization units, and the people that goes to our crisis stabilization units has to be in Tennessee, from Tennessee, and live in Tennessee. They can't be from Georgia. Even if they're right on the line in Rossville, they still can't. They would have to go to somewheres like Highland Rivers.
Okay.
But I think the majority, and I've noticed this prior to going to work up there, what they say about the statistics, it's men more than women, very much so. And I've never figured that out yet as to why, but you know, it really is. And that's the same way. Like I worked in the prison system down at Hay State Prison for almost 7 years,
Wow.
and there was more men. Like there at that time, there was only like 3 women prisons in Georgia, and I think there's still only 3, and the rest of them was men prisons. And in 2005, when I left Hayes, they had shut all the mental hospitals down in Georgia, and they started transferring the really bad people up to Hayes, and it became like it wasn't worth my life to go through them gates every night at that point.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, so
that was a bad mistake. They got turned into prisons and they got turned loose on the streets, and crime levels went up. It was a horrible decision. The money that they think they saved, they paid out much more than that in other ways because of the ramifications of what happened. And even the ones that were maybe checking in and getting medication, they're not consistent with it.
No, they're not.
They think they're better, or they think they don't need it, or they don't have a way, or whatever it is. There's many different reasons, I know. But and if you're, and I'm not an expert, but if you're taking medication and you're not consistent with it, they could do even more harm because you're kind of up and down on it.
And I when I first got my bachelor's degree, the first job I had, I went to work at Northwest RSAT at Walker State Prison. I only worked there 4.5 months. I hated every minute of it. It was not like being an officer. It was, but it was very difficult because them guys knew they were going home in 9 months, and they knew they was actually detainees and not inmates. And one day I was teaching a class and I said, statistically, this time next year, one of you's not going to be here. 20 guys in my class. I said, y'all look around and see who do you think it's not going to be. Well, that time, the following year, there was 4 that had died. Since 2016, there has been 10%. Half of my class died.
Wow.
No lie. And it's because when they got locked up and they would get out, they thought they could do the same amount of drugs as they did when they got put in there, and it killed them.
Yeah.
Their body had it had already came down and couldn't tolerate the high amount like it had.
Wow.
Have you, Rita, seen an uptick in people needing assistance since COVID?
Well, I don't know because I didn't work there before COVID. Like I said, during COVID, I actually quit my job. I was working at Partnership, and that's when my dad got sick, and I took off work to help take care of him. But during COVID, it's been a whole shift of everything. working in social work, I've noticed that people's become more withdrawn and they don't like, I don't know if it's a trust issue now or if it's just when they was locked down, we was in lockdown all that time, but people are different. Like, I DoorDash sometimes too. And you'll see people, instead of just being like opening the door, they'll be like peeking out the window, making sure I'm gone before they reach out and get their food. I'm like, man, it's so
Oh,
weird.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just they become socially withdrawn. That's what it is.
yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
it
Now,
is crazy.
I would like to ask you a question. We're very active on the show about veteran suicide. And my dad was a veteran. He committed suicide several years ago. But is there an uptake in, did you notice an uptake in suicides while you were involved in your social work?
Um, Actually completing suicide, I'm not sure because I don't. Once I go out and I do the crisis assessment and I send them wherever they go, I don't know what happens after that point. So I I would hope that we did, help them to where they wouldn't want to do it. But my son, the one I was talking about earlier, when he was in psychosis and stuff, he was very suicidal. He got sent home from the Marines for being suicidal and severely depressed. And he was the type, he wasn't going to tell us that he was hurting and needed help. He would try to commit suicide, and we found out later. That is somebody that's very dangerous. Instead of somebody just going around hollering all the time, "I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna kill myself."
Yeah.
My daughter walked in one night and caught him. He had his 45 Glock to his head and his hands were shaking like a leaf. She grabbed his wrist and it was like this. And he said, "Sis, there's a bullet in the chamber." And she took that gun away from him, but he had multiple times tried to kill himself. He went through a lot of trauma, and he really should have went to counseling and stayed in counseling. But what happened when he quit drinking was he ended up getting a job at Count Jordan ER, and he helped build it. And then when they got it built, they offered him a position as an environmental person. So these doctors took him in under their wing, and they was like really positive and stuff, and they made a difference in his life.
Yeah.
And sometimes
And
that's
see,
all
I
it
think that,
takes is somebody to believe in you.
yeah.
Yes. I was
And I think a lot of
thinking,
times, some that you were talking about with him being quiet, I think a lot of times our veterans, they hold that in because there's
Yep.
a certain amount of shame for them. They think, well, I'm tough enough to handle this. I don't want to have to ask for help. I don't need help. I've got this. And a lot of time I think our veterans are like that, but they're wrong. I mean,
Right.
there is a time and a place to ask for help, and there's no shame in that. And we got
No,
to,
it's
I
not
really
at
think
all.
got to get over that. We've got to get over that stigma of shame of our veterans asking for help. It's at least right now 22 a day in this country of veterans that we lose to suicide. At least that's a lowball number, I believe.
Right.
That's the nationally accepted number, but I think it's very lowball. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. And there's Dog Tag who's hiking on this right now for veteran suicide and first responder suicide, and they don't want to show weakness. And you're absolutely right. But that's a stigma that we need. I think we need to get over.
Yeah, I
And
think
that's
there needs to be a shift, and people needs to understand that some people don't realize that strength they look at some strengths as weaknesses, and it's not a weakness to ask for help. I mean, if you can't do it, you can't do it. That's like when I went through my depression, and I told my doctor when they put me on meds to help me, I was like, I'm even ashamed to tell you, it's like the 4th of July and my Christmas tree's still up, you know? I didn't even feel like
Yeah.
nothing. I was just like, yeah.
Who was it in your life that has you've been inspired by? Someone that was there somebody that never gave up on you that you really looked to that were a help to you during times like that, or did you have anybody at all?
Yeah, I had when I was growing up, my 4-H leader, Miss Jane Green. She was one of my mentors and my the one of the people that really inspired me and mentored me and took me under her wing. And then now, since I'm older, Rachel Bailey, who is the CEO of the Family Crisis Center of Walker Dade, Catoosa, and Chattooga County, Rachel really took me under her wing, and she really made a difference in my life, because she understood I thought different than other people, and she taught me so many leadership skills, and she just really taught me it's okay to be me. And because a lot of times when I work with people, they don't like me. And it's like, what have I done to you? I'm just like, but like Rachel says, she's like, you just got a great big personality. And some people don't know how to deal with that.
I get
Maybe if
that.
you went in wearing the
I,
mama makeup.
I know. I'm just going to have to.
well, Reba, I get that. I'm like that. And when I worked in, I'm a retired teacher. And when I worked on the outskirts of Atlanta, um, there was several times I was the only Caucasian person there, and I would just tell them, I'd say, "Look, I'm gonna love you, and
Right.
you either love me back or
Mhm.
you stay crazy white lady, leave me alone."
Yeah.
And I won over several people that way, but there were some that didn't like me because of that,
Yeah,
and they thought, some of them thought, I was very overbearing, and you know, but I'm not. I don't try to be. And sometimes I
Right.
have to take a step back and I have to say to myself, okay, that person doesn't like me, but that's not on me.
That's okay with me. That's the way I finally had to start doing it too. And when I wrote the book about the autism, it's called Why Can't I Ever Do Anything Right? WRIGHT.
Mm.
And in the front, it has a whole dedication to Miss Rachel Bailey in it. And it talks about how she has mentored me and how much of an impact she's left on my life. And she really has.
that's
So,
amazing. Yeah, that's awesome.
Dave, I
It
didn't.
is.
No, no, no. Go ahead.
So you said that you were diagnosed at in your 50s with autism.
55. Yeah.
55. How did that process go, and what happened? Or what made you think that you might have autism?
Well, I had a kid at the cottage, and I was going to have to get some tests ran on her, and that made me start thinking. I was like, well, some of the stuff I'm reading is like me. So I took the test, and I'm not like way on the spectrum. I'm just slightly on the spectrum, but it is some stuff like how I think different from everybody else. And like my sister, she said, well, I always thought it your whole life. And no matter how hard I had tried when I was growing up, I could not make an honor roll for nothing. And it wasn't that I wasn't smart. It was that I didn't know how to study and I didn't know how to comprehend things the way that I do now. Like when I graduated from Belhaven University, I ended up graduating with at 3.96 GPA. You know, I was summa cum laude, and I had all A's. It was like, but it was something that I was passionate about. When it's something that you're passionate about, it makes you want to learn so much more than when you're not. Because if I'm bored, you can give it up. I'm not going to I'm not going to be able to learn anything, you know.
I'm like that, yeah.
And I think that's
Yeah.
why I love working on mobile crisis, because it's something all the time and it's different. And you're just, when they hire me as a crisis liaison, and I'm going to cross train to work on the 988 line and on the unit 2 on the floor. So that way, if they need help somewhere else, I'm flexible, which I love cross training everywhere, because that way you don't get really bored with your job, you know.
Yeah.
Now, what's that number, and explain that, what you were talking about?
The 988, it's
Yeah.
the mental health crisis suicide line. It's national. Anywhere people live, if you're depressed, you need somebody to talk to, you can call 988. And like the ones that calls out there in Chattanooga, they can come in and get their assessments done, or they can do referrals to send them wherever.
Oh, how cool is that?
But a lot of people, I
That is-
think that I want to say Obama, when he was in office, is the one that implemented that, the 988. And which I've not got to work on the line yet. But when I worked for Partnership, I did work on their sexual assault line, because when I was in college, I worked over there at the front desk at night on weekends. So, but
You
yeah,
know,
when I,
in the South, just your personal opinion, do you think there's a stigma with this that we're still overcoming about mental health, sexual abuse, all those different things, even alcoholism or whatever? Is it still something we're struggling with as a society in the South?
very much so, because there is like there's so many people like with the sexual abuse that will not come forward because they're threatened, and they don't want people to know because they feel ashamed. There's one reason or another, you know. And it's really sad. And I don't think, like back in the 60s and 70s, I don't think that it was any less. I think it was just, it was a different world, and people were forbidden to speak up about anything, you know, because the men were not like they are now. And it was like there was a lot of physical abuse that went on with it too, you know, and not just to the women, but it was to the kids as well. And it was like taboo. You didn't talk about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well,
Amazing.
I know
And
that the kids.
even
Go ahead, Elizabeth.
go ahead, Rob.
I know
Go ahead, Rob.
that the kids that went through that, they were a lot of times they didn't want to go around and talk about how they were being punished. You know, I did something wrong. It's my fault. And they wouldn't go around, they wouldn't tell anybody. So they would just keep their mouths shut because they didn't want everybody to know they were being bad, quote unquote. And when you get in a situation like that, you know, they can't talk. They're not going to. They won't ever. And then years later, after a lot of counseling and stuff, they might get to where they can talk about it. But I mean, from that era, you know, it's, you know, because you don't want to go to your other family members and say, well, I was bad and I got punished. And, you know, their kids aren't going to do that. They don't want to, because they feel ashamed because they got in trouble. They did wrong.
That's true. And, you know, the first case that I ever helped prosecute, it was a lot. Like the parents got 20 years and the brother got a life sentence. all because this little girl told me what was going on. And I told her I'm a mandated reporter and I've got to report it. And the day I found out they all were prosecuted, on the way home, I just broke down and cried. And I was like, this is what it's all about, is being the voice of reason for somebody that don't have a voice. And it was like at that point, my whole meaning for life came together, if that makes sense, to be able to
Yeah.
help somebody. And that kid, she was like really mean and really bad, but if I could, I'd adopt her in a heartbeat. I'm not even lying to y'all. She can't stand me, but I still love her.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dave,
Yeah,
you
it
were
has
talking.
changed things. Go ahead, Miss Elizabeth. You're a mandatory reporter as well, teacher, correct? You
Yes.
were, right? You were, yeah.
Well, even I feel like even now though, not even though I'm not currently teaching in the classroom, I still feel like I would be a mandated reporter.
I
Yeah.
think so too.
Because
Yeah.
it's part of who I am,
Yeah.
and I just feel like as a human being, I couldn't, if a child came to me and said, this is what's going on in my life, or this is what's happening to me, I could not report that.
Right.
Me too. And I think that I don't think anybody has to be a mandated reporter. I think that your conscience is
Hmm.
enough to where you should report if it's something that bad and it's going on, instead of sweeping something under the rug. And there's too many families that sweep stuff under the rug,
Hmm.
and they let stuff happen knowing it's going on, and you still want to protect this predator. And
Yeah.
it just makes me sick to my stomach. I'm not even gonna lie to you about it.
I've
Yeah.
told people, I
Yeah.
said, if I find out a child is being hurt in some way, I'll burn you down. I will burn you down all the way because the child has to be put first. I will not
Yeah.
play with that. And especially
Absolutely.
being someone that raises a granddaughter, I've put everybody on notice. Don't ever hurt the child. I will burn you down. I don't care who you are, what your title is, or what your connection is to me. You ever hurt my girl, it's on. Not that they would do that, but I've just told people that extended family, whoever it is, don't you ever hurt my girl. You'll go down. I won't put up
Exactly.
with it. And I would feel the same way about any other kid. I have a lot of other kids, and it's just there's so many kids that are hurt. I mean, we like to think this is a small problem, but it's not. It's a big,
Mm-mm.
major,
It's a
ugly,
major problem.
nasty problem that is affecting all of society. And then we get into the drug use and everything else they get into later, trying to mask it or deal with it, the pain or whatever. And then we got deaths happening, left and right. People ODing on drugs. This is really tearing and shredding our society apart.
Dave, you were talking
Absolutely.
about
Yeah.
counseling and that it being such a stigma. You know, it's a huge stigma, but also in other cultures and other races, it's even worse than it is in the Caucasian community. I noticed that working in Atlanta, because we had other, uh, you know, we had other races. We had people from Africa. We had people from China. We had people from other countries that were at our schools. And anytime counseling was ever brought, oh no 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 no, counseling was a big no no. Because it was just a big. There's such a big stigma around counseling.
Yeah.
When I was in the late 70s, when I was abused by my neighbor, and his dad offered my parents to pay for counseling for me. You know, my parents turned it down, and I didn't get counseling until I was in my 40s because
Wow.
I didn't remember it for years and years and years. And then when I did remember it, it came back in such a way for me, it was just like boom, there it was. And so I was very fortunate, that God prevented that for me from remembering. And so I was very fortunate to find a great counselor at that time. So it's not that now that people don't want to get counseling still, it's just that it's starting to become less of a stigma for certain cultures and certain races, but it's still a huge stigma in some cultures and some races. And we need to open that door and that avenue to let them know that it is not,
Yeah.
that it's not a bad thing.
That it's okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
And that's like I told some of the kids when I was working at the group home, one of them in particular, I said, go through counseling. I said, don't be like me and be in your late 40s and then decide to deal with this situation when you can deal with it now and get to working on it. I said, because what it did to me was created major trust issues. It's like, there's very, uh, I can't even date somebody without going in and like doing a all investigation on them because I want to know who I'm around. I have very bad trust issues, and there's and I think it was created from that because I was like you. It was my neighbor. And if my parents
Mm.
would have known, they was renting a house from my dad, and if my dad would have known, he would have probably went to prison. I mean, because
Yeah.
that's how bad he hates people like that.
I've had people come to the church and say, we want to work with the kids. I say, okay, first step, background check.
Yep,
Hmm.
And they recoil. Background check? What you got that for? I got to find out who you are. You're going to be around the kids. We got to know who and what you are.
Well,
And that's,
if
man,
Amen to
you
that.
can't do it. You just can't do
if
that.
school teachers have to have background checks, anybody that works with a child needs a background check.
Yes.
exactly.
Mhm.
Yep,
I'm
I agree.
are
Yeah.
anybody.
And then accountability partners.
Yeah.
I
And
have
Steve,
always maintained, and I've told the girl, I have, we had boys and we didn't have girls. All the grandkids except for two have been girls. So we've got to experience the joy of all these girls. And then there's girls who don't have a grandfather and they've adopted us in. And I have taught these girls over the last several years. And, we had ground rules in place. And I would tell them, if my wife is not home, you cannot come in. I have to have a matron. I will not place myself or you in a bad position. I'm always going to
Exactly.
have
Yeah.
that matron. If we go somewhere, it's me and my wife. If my wife is not available, we just don't go. And I've taught them that, like, look, you need to place yourself in good situations. As the situation turns bad, get out of it. Don't go into somewhere and be cornered like that. And at first they didn't, they thought that I was being mean, like, he's just being mean. And I just kept telling them and telling them and telling them. And now it's just a thing. I mean, they know that. And I'm just trying to teach them that you got it. It's sad to think that we have to be that way, but you have to be that way. You have to take,
Absolutely.
you have to cover, you have to make sure that you are, have someone there who can verify that there's nothing happened here.
Hmm.
And to make sure that this predators, because how many times is it? It makes me so mad. Some friend of the family who
Hmm.
stays overnight, next thing you know, abuses your kids.
Yep.
You brought the predator into your home. You put the
Yeah.
yeah,
you put the freak in the home.
Yep.
Sometimes even in the same bedroom with your kid. Like, oh, you can sleep in here in the other bunk bed. Are you serious? You got to be smarter than that.
Yeah.
Have to be. My God.
Well, do you know how many
I,
times,
I
Dave, when when I worked at the prison, how many times out of all them thousands of men I seen come through there, how many admitted that they actually done something like that?
Wow.
One. And that one is probably the one that could be rehabilitated because he took responsibility for his actions.
Yeah.
It ain't no telling how many thousands went through there that was child molesters. And it makes me so angry that child molestation now they're being more aggressive towards the charges, but back in the days they would only give them like 5 years. It was not even considered an aggressive crime, and I don't see how it can't be,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that should be a huge thing. Well, I can remember as a teenager, one thing my dad always told me, and by the way, Rita, I'm a preacher's child also.
Troublemaker.
You got two of them, Rob.
I know.
What? Sorry, time it is. If you are ever in a situation and you do not feel comfortable and you need me, you call me. And, I remember one time where I was in that situation. My friends had already, had started leaving. And I was just there, and I was in a situation where I did not feel comfortable. I went straight to the phone and called my dad. I had a car. I could leave, but I called my dad because I felt like if I left, I would be followed.
Right.
And
Yeah.
within 10 to 15 minutes, my dad was there. I went out and got in the car with my dad. And I was like almost 18 years old. And I was so thankful that my dad instilled that in me. That no matter what time it was, no matter where I was, he would always come.
Right.
And
Amen.
I could depend on my dad for that. Always. And, I always tried to instill that with my daughter, and she knew that.
I always tried to instill it in my kids too.
Mhm. Even if she was at a sleepover and it was 3 o'clock in the morning and she felt uncomfortable and wanted to come home, call me. I will come
Yep.
in with you. I don't care. If you feel uncomfortable, call me.
I had a girl that approached me doing security on Shallowford Road. Said she'd been in town for 3 days. Same old kind of crap story. Left home with a dude. 3 days on the road, he kicks her out and just leaves her. And she says, I've been on the streets for 3 days since this happened. I've got no money or nothing. She said, I'm not asking you for money. I just can you, I need to get to a phone. I need this. And I said, well, listen, I'm working. I can't leave. But I talked to her for quite a bit that night, but I told her, I said, is your parents living? She said, yeah, they're back in Florida. That's where I'm from. I said, there's a store up the street. Go call your parents, collect. Call your dad. She said, but I left. And she said, I left. It wasn't pretty when I left. They told me not to go, and I did. I said, you're still their little girl. You could always go home. If they love you, if they're parents, they love you. They might be mad, but daddy is going to get in that car, and he's going to make his trip to Chattanooga. He's going to pick his little girl up. You make that call. Suck up your pride, fall at the feet, and say, I'm sorry, but daddy, I'm in trouble, and I need to come home. And she said, you think he'll listen? I said, I'm a dad. I know what I would do. I said, by the time he gets here, he's not going to be mad. He's just going to be glad that he got you.
Yep.
And y'all can talk about it all the way home, those 10 hours back home or whatever it is. You and daddy can talk about it. But I said, he'll come get you. I'm telling you, he'll come get you. You can always go home. If you got loving parents, you can always go home.
Boy, it's dangerous out there too on the streets
in
Chattanooga.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I said, you can't stay out here. You know, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but you can always tell when somebody's been on the streets a long time versus a new arrival. And she had that new arrival look. She wasn't street worn. I mean, they start looking rough. I mean, the street's tough. And I said, you can't stay here. You just cannot. This is a dangerous place. You've got to get out. I said, this is an emergency phone call. Make the call right now. I said, I know the guy at the store. He'll let you hang around. He'll look out for you while you wait on your daddy. I said, he's that kind of guy. And because there's, you know how it is, people showing up. I said, he'll take care of you. I said, and I'll come up there and check on you as much as I can. I said, but make the call. So she said she was going to do it. She said, I'm going to go call my daddy right now. I said, you get home and get off the streets. And I said, next time, try listening to your daddy a little bit. Don't run off with a dude that's going to take you out of state and dump you like that. Make better choices.
Yeah.
Amen.
But, you
I
know,
always tell my girls,
so
I said, you make the men treat you right.
But, you know, a lot of times, you know, it's so hard, you know, to make that call because, especially with kids, because they're in love. Oh, my goodness. They are all in love, and that's all that they see. And they let that overpower reason and responsibility. And it's not just the girls, it's the guys too. And then they run off, and then all of a sudden it blows up, and then one thing leads to another. You know, kids, yeah, I mean, they say youth is wasted on the young.
And you know, a lot of things that I have seen, Rob, talking about that is so many people, that's what they're looking for is love. That's it.
Yeah.
And they turn to drugs and they turn to sex and they turn to alcohol. And it's sad, you know, but until they learn that they can, to love themselves, they're not going to find nobody to love them.
That, you know, Rita, when I got divorced, that was hard because
very hard.
You'll know, you have to learn to love yourself, and you have to learn to be alone.
Yep.
Before you can really recommit to somebody else. And
all right.
And
go ahead.
That's okay. And that's, you know, that's when you know, oh, I'm worthy of so much more.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And that's what I say. I know my self-worth, you know.
And that's what I say.
Yep.
I am worth so much more, you know, and I'm waiting.
Amen.
I patiently.
Amen.
All right, Jake has wrote you a song. Dog Tag says it's incredible.
Uh-oh.
It's uploaded. Let's listen to it. It's called The Story Finds Me. Let's see what we got.
In the quiet of the night, when the world felt cold, she picked up her pen to let the truth unfold. Pages of pain, raw and unrefined, but the beauty of her voice was there to find. Even when the shadows tried to take her life, the spark was waiting, hidden deep inside. The story finds me when I'm lost alone. Through the tears and silence, it begins to grow. From the ashes of sorrow, a new world came alive. Rita's heart on paper, her spirit will survive. She laid her dreams down to be by their side, held her parents' hands through the hardest times. 18 months of silence, grief held her still, but love has a way of bending to the will. Then a daughter's voice said, "Mama, don't let go. There's a fire in you the world should know." The story finds me when I'm lost alone. Through the tears and silence, it begins to grow. From the ashes of sorrow, a new world came alive. save her, her spirit will survive. Vilico was waiting chapters in the dark. She found herself again by following the spark. 3 months of passion, the words poured free, a testament to faith, to love, to legacy. Final, the story finds me when I'm lost and low. Through the trials of life, still the rivers flow. From the shadows of grieving, her voice takes flight. Rita writes her story, her soul in the light. Yes, the story finds me, and it will carry me home.
All right.
Oh my goodness, that is probably like the most sweetest thing that anybody's ever done for me.
Thank you, Jake. I think he sent that to you in your email, so you'll have that. And
Okay.
Thank you for doing that, Jake. He has a way of doing that. He done that for dog tag and just nailed it. And that's cool. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Jake, so much. And if anybody wants to find me, they can find me on TikTok as Rita Williams Castillo, Facebook, Instagram, and on my website, RitaWilliamsCastillo.com. And my Gmail is RitaWilliamsCastillo@gmail.com. And it has the information how to contact me and stuff.
Well, it has been truly amazing to have you here. And I felt like we just scratched the surface. And you just come be with us anytime you want, that your schedule permits. I think you work a lot, I know, but we'd love to have you.
Well, I'd love to be back.
Absolutely. Some things just feel right. It's just meant to be. And this is one of those times. So it just feels right. It's just good. But when you come back, you got to bring Mama.
I'll bring Mama next
We would
time.
love to
I'll
meet
have
Mama.
Yeah. I was going to ask, though, have you ever done? Yeah.
No, I'll have to tell Doreen she better get over here.
Doreen. Have you ever done nursing homes or anything like that? Have you ever got to go do something like that?
No, I have not. I just started just a couple of weeks ago doing the Mama.
Wow, that's cool. That is awesome. I can't wait to meet her. I'm going to go watch the videos.
Okay, yeah, y'all go watch Mama videos.
Yeah.
I've got to do my homework on this so I know what I'm talking about.
Right. This is true.
Well, thanks so much for being with us tonight. A true blessing. And thank you for giving of yourself to others. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. It's evident. And God is using you in amazing ways. And that's just the way God works. He puts us where he needs us. And we don't have to understand it. It's nice if we do. It's just that we obey it and are faithful to it and follow his leading and unction. And I think all of us here can say that we have all found our way through things we didn't understand at the time. And it's brought us to a place, and we see it clearer now, and we'll see it clearer even more as we get closer to being with him. So praise God.
That is so
Absolutely.
true. And it was nice to meet all of y'all, and thank you so much.
Nice to meet you too.
Now, I'll see y'all soon.
Thank you, Rita.
I'll be for the next few weeks I can be on, but after that I will be working. When I go on night shift, I'll be working Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, and Monday night. So y'all have to find me a spot on another night.
Well, we got Wednesday night for sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Wednesday night. I'll be open on Wednesday night.
We will find a space for you. Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate that.
And, we got Wednesday night and Thursday night. We've got Cornbread Nation, which are kind of like our variety show. And believe me, we could have Mama's redneck destination of the week. I guarantee you, if the first one can be Shinbone, Alabama, I'm signing up.
Okay, I'll let you know, Rob.
Yeah, and
Head down there.
send us a special Southern Fried video. We'll put it in the Cornbread Nation show as Mama or something totally. We'd be glad to do that. That'd be a nice addition to the show.
That'd be a hoot.
Okay, I sure will.
All right, you take care, sweetie.
You too. Bye, y'all.
Yeah.
Bye now.
Oh, how cool is that?
That is very
She
cool.
was fabulous.
That was good.
Do what, Miss Elizabeth?
Give you a run for your money.
Fabulous.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow,
I
think
the correct way to word that would be fabulous.
Oh, I could fabulous.
Well, she's done so many things, and it's like every time she started telling a story, she'd tell us something else. She did. It's like,
Yeah, I
my
know.
gosh, prison guard. I love it.
I know.
Awesome. Dog Tag, how's things out on the trail, brother? Give us an update. And thank you, Jake. Yes.
At?
Yeah, where are you at? He's up there deep in Yankee country.
Okay, he's still up.
Oh, I know.
Oh.
He's up there. He's up there so far. He's watching the Northern Lights.
Hey, Dog Tag, don't feel bad. Next weekend, I'm going south to go camping.
Oh, he's in Maine.
Monson, Maine. Oh, he's fixed to enter the 100-mile forest or something, I think.
Did you say the 100-acre wood?
I did. I did almost say the 100-acre wood, but it's the 100-mile forest, I think.
And look, Michael, if you're still on here, 100-acre wilderness. 100-mile wilderness. Right?
Yeah, it's not the 100-acre wood or the 100-acre wilderness. It's a.
Not right now.
Okay, now we're doing
Hold on. I got something I want to say. Hold on, Jake. Hold on. Listen, I think we need to do a Southern Fried podcast cruise and invite all our viewers that want to go. They have to pay their own way, though.
Oh, well, sure.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. We need to talk about
where
it.
do you want to take a cruise to?
Is this like what there used to be the KZ 106 where they would float down the river and their own craft?
No.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That would be awesome. Build your own boat.
I think we need to do a real cruise.
Oh.
No, Rob, no. I think we need to do a real cruise, and we could do one of us could do the internet package, and we need to do our shows from the cruise every day.
Oh, that'd be cool. I could dig it.
Yeah. Where would y'all be interested?
Where are we going to take a cruise to?
I don't know. Where would y'all be interested?
They don't do cruises down Chickamauga Creek.
Honey, we talking about going to a destination. Where would y'all be interested in going to?
I don't think Dog Tag cares as long as you're going to wear your leather dress.
No, it's leather pants, Dog Tag. It's leather pants. But by then, I could probably find a leather dress. But yes, I could bring my leather pants and I'll find a leather dress. I'll bring my corset too. I might do a show in my corset and leather pants.
Too.
Hello, Miss Jen. But she's not going to ride the bicycles.
No. Whoo, no bicycles, honey, unless it's stationary. Hey, Jen. He better have clothes on underneath those chaps is all I could say.
Hey, Dog Tag, did you see his video?
How about Key West, Florida? I don't know if they got. No, I didn't wear no Velcro dress. No, that's not appropriate, Anthony. Anthony, how old are you?
I'm thinking he's like 38.
Oh, no, you got to be older than my son-in-law. Well, he's older than 30. My son-in-law's not 38, but he's in his
I'll
30s.
say between 38 and 42. That's what I'll say.
Oh, now that might work.
All right. Here we go. Here we go. For y'all that didn't see it, Dave caught me in Florida. They've got video evidence. I don't know what the problem with this video is. Why y'all think it's so funny? I mean, I'm wearing swim trunks. And a hat.
You know, it's rude to talk over a video. Oh, Dog
I
Tag
don't know
said he'll
what's
be
wrong with
next
this
Thursday.
Yay!
Dog
video.
Tag.
Yay!
That's awesome.
Wow. You made it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
9/11. He made it on 9/11. There you go.
I love it.
Well, I wasn't trying to talk over the video. I was trying to give I don't know what everybody's issue with that video is. You know, I got on pants, I got on a hat. So what if I choose to play an electric guitar in the rain? It's going to be okay.
I think the only thing would make it better if it was like at 7 a.m. in the morning, waking liberals up. That would make it great. Like you rolled out in some Yankee town. That would be well. There's a bunch of Yankees in Florida. If you could roll out in one of those communities,
yeah,
and do that at like 7 a.m. like a rooster crowing, that would be killer.
Yes, I could do that
with a "Make America Great," whatever that was he had on. I don't know what that was, but right across his butt cheek.
It was a MAGA banana hammock.
Listen, I need to address something with Anthony right quick. Anthony, it wasn't Velcro dresses, it was Velcro pants, and strippers wore those, stripper men. And no, I don't have none of those. I'm not a man, first of all.
Those are called tearaway pants.
Yes, and I don't wear those. I'm not that kind of woman.
But I got news for you, Anthony. I ain't that kind of man. I don't wear them either.
And honey, you only
start. I don't think Dave does either. However, the Celtic blacksmith up there at Halftime Forge, I'm quite sure that he would wear them.
No, he don't.
I bet he would. I bet he would. If it would give him about 10 followers, he'd rip them things off in the forge.
He does like this video calendar thing, and that's what he does. He like rips them off while he's beating on metal. You know?
Yeah. It's a different angle for each month, though.
Yeah.
Look,
And December, the last month of the year, I promise you, from behind, he looks just like Michelle Obama.
look. Did y'all enter Steve's giveaway? I completely forgot.
I
It's still
did.
going. You got a few hours left. You got 2
Do
hours
I?
left.
Have you got the
I didn't do it because I want that to be for but
I know who's got it. Miss
go
Jen
ahead.
got it.
how many she got?
Well, it's
Like 80 or 90. I don't know.
No, honey,
look
at
at
20.
Anthony being sweet.
oh, how sweet.
Oh,
Oh,
Did Anthony say how old he
don't you
was?
break his little heart. Don't
30.
you break his little heart.
Honey,
He's
he's got to
30.
be older than
Don't
my
break his
son-in-law
little
because my daughter and son-in-law done said I got to have somebody that's at least older than my son-in-law. I can't date nobody younger than him.
There's a lady. She's a waitress at a local restaurant there, and was in Chickamauga. They moved. She had a guy. She was in her. I'd say she was around 40 or probably early 40s, somewhere right in there. 22-year-old guy walks in, invites her out. She said, "You're too young." He said, "I can show you things you've never seen." She goes, "Listen, let me tell you something. I got 5 kids. There ain't nothing you can show me, son."
Thank you, Dog Tag. Thank you, Anthony.
Oh, I missed it by 3 years. I said 38.
35 might not be too bad. I have to ask Trent how old he is. I don't remember.
Hey, don't you let them put no conditions on your life. Hey, girlfriend, you just run on, do your thing. Do your thing. Don't you let them. You raise that youngin. You don't know. She did not raise you. You raised her. You do your thing. You just get out there.
Look,
Get the
honey,
head bob going on. You don't ruin me. Huh?
Huh?
You just tell her. Say, hey, I raised you. You just tell your daughter, say, hey, I raised you. I can raise my husband.
Where does Anthony live?
Miami.
Tag wants
Miami.
Woo, honey.
Oh, look there. You go down and get you some mojito. Oh,
look,
you drink.
I'm serious about this cruise. A Southern Fried Podcast cruise. Where would y'all like to go? Y'all know I'm open for Alaska anytime.
If I was going to do one, that would be the one I would want to do. But it is much further away to start the cruise.
It is.
I mean, like, you got to go through the petrified forest of Canada, to get there.
You have to. You can cruise out of Seattle. You can cruise out of San Francisco.
Oh, not San Francisco.
I'm not going to San Francisco. No, you got 2 Ixnays on San Francisco. We're not going there.
Seattle's
don't want to go back.
Seattle's not a apple pie, but it's better than San Francisco, I think.
Okay.
All right, can you go out of Bremerton?
Out of where?
Bremerton.
I don't know. Well, then we could cruise somewhere on the East Coast. Since a lot of our
Greenland.
Coast.
Greenland.
Greenland? It's going to be cold there.
It's going to be cold in Alaska, too.
Well, no, not too bad.
Well, you could do the polar jump.
We could do what, Dave?
The polar jump. Jump into cold water. Polar bear.
I can do that. I'm down. We'll do the polar bear swim. Oh, yeah.
Y'all can.
Why can't you?
You jump in cold water, you'll be down.
Do it naked. You wear a swimsuit.
Yeah, but I would still be keeping. No, I'm good.
Then I hear, yeah, see, dog tag's doing it. Yeah,
No, honey.
I've done it too in Alaska.
Mm-mm.
But I'm just saying, also, I hear in Greenland, they have naked bungee jumping.
No.
I think for me, it might be a good idea, because I'm getting all these wrinkles on my face as I'm getting older. And I think that downward, when it hits and you're face down, all that, everything would flow forward and it might stretch my face out and do away with some of these wrinkles. I think it might be a good idea for me.
Oh, gosh.
You don't have to look. You can look the other way.
Right, I'm not bungee jumping, period.
I'm quite sure Dave would not do this. I've said for me, Miss Elizabeth might be brave enough to do it, but I'm just saying.
No, I'm not bungee jumping, period. I'm not that crazy.
I'm not bungee jumping.
Well, I don't really plan on bungee jumping, but if I do it, I might as well do it naked and do something about these wrinkles.
Dude, there ain't enough wind force to help with that. Seriously,
so many things I could say right now, and every one of them I had to mark off the list.
They got stuff on the boat that can help you with that.
What's that?
I promise. All you got to go to is the spa. They got stuff that will help you all with that. Doc says, how about a Mississippi cruise? You know what? Those cruises are so much more expensive than a regular cruise.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
It's crazy. Yes. They're called river cruises, and they are so much more expensive.
Well, there's another cruise that my mother went on with her husband, and that might work out as well. We'll see if President Trump can buy back the Panama Canal, but it was a cruise, and they went through the Panama Canal.
Yeah.
That's Zelensky's side hustle. Besides the side hustle he has going on with us.
That fits, actually. So. All right, y'all. Well, we're a little after 10 o'clock. Jake wants to come on. Why don't we bring Jake up and then we'll log off?
Yeah, you got to wait, Jake.
You got to play that. You play the clip for him. He's asked politely several times.
All right.
Where's it at?
Look, y'all go on vacationstogo.com and look at the cruises for June, July, and August, or whenever y'all go. I can go anytime, but I need plenty enough advance so I can be saving.
Steve, when she finds out what you said, you're gonna be raising all right.
No.
Steve said, so 2% milk and store-bought cornbread then. All right, I guess I'll try it.
I still didn't hear you, Rob. I lost you.
He said, so
Dave
2% milk.
2% milk.
Yes. He said, so 2% milk and store-bought cornbread then. I guess I'll try it.
Oh my gosh. Steve said that?
Steve said that. Celtic Blacksmith.
Steve! You might go to hell. No! No. Oh my heavens! Oh, that hurts my heart. No, Steve, no.
He's never been the same.
That was the first time I've heard hail pronounced with 15 syllables.
It's not 15 syllables.
I'm quite sure it is because you said you might go to hail. You know, the rise and the fall of your tone there makes a syllable.
I said he might go to hell.
Yeah, it's about 15 syllables there. Don't you be cussing me? I can't hear what you say.
I'm sure about biscuits. At least the biscuits come in a tin can.
You know, we forgot to ask Miss Rita if she crumpled her biscuits.
We'll ask her next.
Yes.
I was going to ask her, and I forgot.
We'll ask her next week.
Yes.
Anthony, do you crumple your biscuits, or do you even eat gravy and biscuits, Anthony? Do you eat gravy and biscuits?
No.
You can't buy store-bought cornbread.
No, I'm not. I'm not that deep, brother.
Oh, Anthony.
He crumples his biscuits up. Both of them crumple their biscuits up.
I don't go
put
there.
Gravy. So basically, biscuits are made from flour. Jake will. Yes, you're going to hell for drinking store-bought sweet tea. They crumple their biscuits up. Then they put gravy on it. Biscuits are made from flour. Gravy's made from flour. So they like lumpy gravy. Huh?
Listen, when we say crumple, we don't mean like crumple them up into little bitty pieces. I mean like tear it into big chunks.
Exactly.
Dingle bird.
Well, that's what I say when I tear it in half. I tear it in 2 chunks.
No. That's just tearing it in half. And then you still got to cut it. What's the difference?
Yeah, with them crappy utensils they give you to do it with.
I know. Hey, let me ask
make any difference, why don't you just tear yours in half?
I have a question. What do y'all call? Because in your silverware drawer, you know, you got your fork, your big fork, your little fork, your big spoon, your tablespoon, and your teaspoon, and then you got the knife. What do y'all call that knife?
Yeah, it's a butter knife.
Yeah, butter knife.
That's not what it is, though. A butter knife is a lot smaller.
It is. I always grew up calling it a case knife. That's what my mom and daddy taught me to call it. It was a case knife. But that's not the correct name either.
What's it called?
A dinner knife. It's supposed to be used to cut your steak and stuff up.
Well, see, there's your problem. We didn't eat dinner. We ate supper.
I know. I agree. But really, Mama always said it was a case knife, in which my daddy said it was a case knife also. And, you know, you can call it a case knife, but in reality, it's not a butter knife. Because a butter knife, you know, is about that long.
Well, see, in my home, we'd use that knife to get the butter up to put on the cornbread.
I know, we do too. We do too.
See, in my home, we used that to get the margarine out of the bottom of the plastic cup.
Well, I use it too to put butter on and jelly and whatever else. But yeah.
Now, see, I get down with that, Anthony. Save the burnt rice. You darn right.
Not no burnt rice.
Oh, yeah, it still has the seasoning.
Look, I'm down to 3% or 2% now. It was 3 now. It just went to 2.
Uh-oh.
Time to roll.
I guess it's time for us to hoorah on out of here. All right. Well, hey, you guys have a great, wonderful. Thank y'all so much for spending your Labor Day with us. We got a good crowd in here tonight. Had a great guest. Miss Elizabeth set us straight on a couple of things. Yeah. We love you guys. God bless you.
And you showed your butt.
We will see y'all.
Huh? I know. I really wanted that little black thing there.
That last turn he did when he ran back with the guitar, he showed about half his rear end.
I know.
That just goes to prove he lost the bet. If he hadn't lost the bet, if he just walked out there and did that, that was one thing. But he lost the bet. You could tell because he ran away.
Yeah, he ran away.
Right. Do you know how to play the guitar?
No, but I need to learn. Definitely
well,
now.
He is standing in rain. He might have had to pee.
He may have.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you something else, especially being now that we're going down to the campground next weekend. That'd be an interesting way to wake everybody up at about 5:30 in the morning.
You might get shot.
State Park, they can't have a gun on there. State Park, they can't have a gun out there.
Look, here's a piece of it. Look, here's you a piece of trivia. Did you know Florida is the only place on Earth that crocodiles and alligators can coexist? That crocodiles and alligators coexist.
Yes, I did know that.
Is that what those bumper stickers mean on the back of the cars? Coexist.
It might be, Dave. I didn't think about that.
It's a pro game.
You have a good evening.
It's a great day.
Robert, you stay. Oh, I gotta go. I'm at 1%.
All right. Good night, y'all. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll see y'all bright and early Wednesday morning.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Oh. Brother Dave, I think it's about time for us to ski daddle too.
Yep.
No, dog tag. It is not a nudist camp. It's not. It's just a campground. State park, So, yeah, they would probably say something to me about going out wearing a banana hammock and just that and a cowboy hat. So, yeah, I'm probably not going to do that on this trip. So
I hope not.
If I do, I'll send you videos first.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Well, y'all have a great, wonderful evening. We will see y'all bright and squirrely Wednesday morning. And y'all have I hope you had a great holiday weekend. And what am I forgetting, Dave? I feel like I'm forgetting something.
I don't know. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll have the racing show and sports show. Lots to go over. Dean in the studio. And Cook may be showing up for something too. We don't know yet. The Cookster.
All right. Well, outstanding. Well, y'all have a great, wonderful evening. We will see y'all. Dave will see you tomorrow night, and maybe tomorrow morning too. And we'll both see you Wednesday morning. So y'all have a great, wonderful day, and see you tomorrow and the next day. Give you a great old
peace.
Salute. Peace out.
Mama said there would be days like this when Dave and Rob start to show. There is bound to be some good times had by those who remember what Mama said. Mama said is the name